Hey guys, so today I want to show you the vocal production on my demo track for Ujam's new plugin VoxCraft. VoxCraft is a vocal processing plugin and it's actually a really powerful tool. Instead of just talking about the features, I thought the best way to show what it can do is to jump straight into the session and walk you through how I used it on the track. So the track itself consists of two parts. You got the intro build-up part and then you get the drop. And first I'm going to show you the intro. I'm just going to play the whole mix. And then I solo the main vocal and we see what VoxCraft is doing on it.
I've been watching, I've been waiting. Yeah, I'm here anticipating. What does it feel like to feel your love? Oh, yeah.
There you go. So for the intro, I used the reverb section of VoxCraft. I used the Hall algorithm because it's quite like a wide sounding atmospheric kind of reverb. And I set the mix on 56% and the reverb time on 72% just to give it this big open feel. And I added in delay in stereo mode and it's set to quarter notes and the feedback at 43%. So let's listen to it once in solo.
I've been watching, I've been waiting. Yeah, I'm here anticipating. What does it feel like to feel your love? Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Just two effects, but they sound awesome. I really loved how they blend into the mix, make it wide, exactly what you want as a producer. And now for the drop, I'm going to play the first half of this section and then I'm going to solo the main vocals and we're going to look at the automation and what's happening. So let's listen to the mix once.
I need to feel love. I need to feel love, feel love. Need to feel love, feel love. What does it feel like to feel love? I need to feel love now. I need to feel love, feel love. Need to feel love, feel love. What does it feel like to feel love?
Alright, so now let's check out what's going on. So in the very beginning, I wanted the vocals to have this form and shifty sound to really set the stage for the drop.
I need to feel love.
So you can clearly hear the form and shifting going on. And at the same time, I used the saturation, or in this case, the fuzz algorithm, to give it this crispy, distorted sound.
I need to feel love.
And I also have the autotune in the key of the song, just in case the singer was not 100% on, but she did a quite good job. Alright, let's continue to the second phrase.
I need to feel love now.
Again, you can hear the form and shifting going from high to low, and also you hear the unison effect blend in.
Need to feel love now.
It goes from around 70% all the way back to 0%, just to have like some movement in the vocals and some manipulation that kind of fits the vibe of the track.
Need to feel love now.
There's also a tiny bit of delay just to make it a bit more interesting. It's quite tucked in, so it's not really in your face, but it adds to the overall vibe. And I also added a bit of super glue, which is just basically a compression, and it keeps it nice and tight.
Need to feel love.
So here you can hear also again form and shifting, putting it a bit higher, a slight bit of unison, delay still on mono algorithm, but just a touch more than before. A little bit of reverse reverb just to also make some weird background movement. And this time I added the bit crush to give it this digital distorted vibe, and the super glue all the way to 52.
What does it feel like to feel love?
So right here I pitched down the vocal an octave, I lowered the formants, and I automated the unison effect, and I also added some character by using the fuzz algorithm.
What does it feel like to feel love?
So in this part of the track, I wanted to have like a rising effect, like a little swell. So I automated the reverb from 0 all the way to 100 and then cut it away abruptly again. I used the Hall algorithm, and this time I chose the ping pong delay just to have it even more stereo. So now for the second half of the drop, I wanted to utilize the chop function of VoxCraft, which is really nice. You can create subtle tremolo effects all the way up to super hard-cut choppy effects, and I wanted exactly the choppy effect, so let's listen to it. I put it on gate, so it's really, really hard. And I went from 0 to 100 to have also like a swell effect. So after that, you have the main vocal heavily distorted.
I need to feel love me.
And I added reverb, this time on infinity mode, which basically is like freezing it. So it gives me like a pad sound in the background. Again, I pitched down the vocals an octave. I added the bit crush effect, put the delay on mono and the reverb on reverse, giving it some movement in the background, and I put the super glue on 52. In this kind of music, I like to keep the performance a bit higher than normal. In this case, 4 semitones. It's giving it this kind of superhuman feeling and yeah, just a very modern sound. And I think it fits very well for this kind of music.
What does it feel like to feel your love?
And for the final phrase of the song, I put the character section on radio mode, which is kind of like a bell pass filter. I added some gentle compression, put the super glue on 46% again, a tiny bit of formant shifting and a little bit of unison, and the reverb on gated.
What does it feel like to feel your love? Love, yeah, love.
So let's listen to the whole part.
I need to feel love. I need to feel love, need to feel love. What does it feel like to feel your love? I need to feel love now. I need to feel love now. Need to feel love. What does it feel like to feel your love?
There you go. So that's how I used Ujam's new plugin VoxCraft. I think it's an awesome plugin. It gives you a ton of creative possibilities and lets you really explore different kind of sounds and ambiences. If you're starting out or you're professional, I can 100% recommend this plugin. And I'm really looking forward to find out more different ways of using it on different tracks. Thanks for listening and see you next time. Bye bye.